Good afternoon. It is 1:59 Central Standard Time here in the United States. Today's date is the 8th of October, 2025. For those of you who have never seen one of my videos, heaven refers to me as general. I've been given the divine commission and the mantle to carry as the general of the end times remnant by the throne of God, Yeshua HaMashiach, though in the world calls Jesus, and I'm also the founder of his ministry, Salvation Revolution Ministries, which reaches worldwide to every continent. I had a deliverance yesterday here in Texas, and it just took it out of me. Usually it takes me 24 to 48 hours to even recover from that, depending on the level of demonic infestation in the person that I'm doing the deliverance for. That being said, I've had a lot of requests outside of the state of Texas for me to come to them and do those. In the state of Texas, I do that on my own dime. Outside of the state of Texas, someplace else in the United States, that's something that you would have to prepare my travel, make my travel arrangements for me so that way I can come to you. There's been an increase in those type of requests. I did do a blog yesterday on the subject of patience, and then last night when I was in prayer, Yeshua started to speak to me about patience and wanted me to give a word on this subject. And so he gave me the word, and it was titled The Refining of Patience. And he spoke this to me and commanded me to share this with his remnant. Yeshua HaMashiach, the one the world calls Jesus, he spoke and he said, "My beloved ones, patience is not punishment. It is partnership with my timing. When I ask you to wait, I am not withholding good from you. I am weaving good into you. The delay is the furnace where I purify motives, strip away fear, and teach you to trust what you cannot see. Do not mistake stillness for silence, nor silence for absence. In the unseen realm, I am setting things in perfect order. Every moment that feels empty is being filled with design. You ask me for purpose, and I give it through process. You ask me for strength, and I give it through deliverance. You ask me for maturity, and I give it through time. The impatient heart wants harvest without seasons, victory without discipline, revelation without refinement. But patience is the key that opens every locked promise. It is faith stretched long enough to become endurance. It is love proven deep enough to remain steadfast when nothing moves. When you hold your peace while others rush, when you wait instead of forcing doors open, you mirror my own nature. For I, the Lord, am patient, not because I am slow, but because I am kind. My timing is never delayed. It is deliberate. I am not late. I am exact. So when the answer seems far, sing anyway. When the promise seems faint, declare it anyway. When hope feels thin, stand anyway. Every second of surrender is building weight in the spirit, and when the fullness of time arrives, it will burst forth as suddenly as light breaking the horizon. The world will call you slow, but heaven will call you seasoned. The impatient will stumble, but the patient will soar, for they have learned to ride the rhythm of my will. Let patience perfect you until nothing unsettles your peace. Wait with worship, speak with gentleness, move only when I move. And when the promise comes to pass, you will say, He was faithful all along. For patience is the path that proves my faithfulness. Yeshua HaMashiach, the faithful and true. After he spoke this word to me, I got very teary-eyed because this is a profound message. I have spoken several times in my videos about how badly I was crushed, almost to the point of death. I've also spoken of the fact that I have had several near-death experiences where I was taken to New Jerusalem, and then I was sent back here with specific instructions, not only to found Salvation Revolution Ministries on behalf of the throne of God, but to transcribe scrolls. We on earth call them books for the kingdom of heaven. During that time, there were long period, years, where I was on oxygen. I was on like 20 plus medications. Some days I didn't even have the strength to walk to the mailbox. Immediately after I got out of an 11-year long situation of domestic violence, I was hit with heart failure. I've had multiple heart surgeries. I've had 7 to 8, I think 8 mini strokes. I had a head injury. I've had multiple organs replaced. At this point, I don't think I could lose any more organs. And sometimes I would lay there almost every night. I would lay there and I would cry and I would beg God. I would say, either help me or take me, please. I cannot do this. But I learned patience during that time. I learned that even if I didn't have anyone, I had him. And even in the moments whenever I didn't even really want to be here anymore, there was always something in me that knew that if someone could paint the sunsets as beautiful as they are, the birth of a child is beautiful when the birds sing. And I started looking at all of the things that I still had. And I wasn't as focused on the things that I didn't have, because I literally felt my life force slipping away from me. And now I'm completely healed. My heart looks like that of a 20-something-year-old. I can work 12 to 18-hour days on limited sleep and not even bat an eyelash most days. And he healed me. He healed me because the crushing is what produces the oil. And I hear from people every time I give a word. I get several hundred emails a day from every single country in the entire world that has access to this platform, to TikTok. And I hear things from all over the place, people that are in their season of crushing. But I want you to understand that it is the crushing. It is in the moments that you feel like giving up, but you still hang on to your love and belief that there is a God that created you, and that you are special, and that you are important, and that like in my case, I did not want that to be my end. I did not want that to be how my story ended here on this earth. And it was through all of that I was given this commission and this mantle to carry as the general of the end times remnant. This is not something in 1,000 years that I thought I would ever be doing, ever. If you'd have told me this 5 years ago, which is about when all of that started, I would have probably laughed so hard I fell off the couch. I probably would have made fun of me back then. But nevertheless, I've recently finished transcribing the Eternal Record Bible for the Throne of God. It was spoken to me. I scribed it for Yeshua HaMashiach, the one the world calls Jesus. It includes 29 lost books that have been taken and removed throughout the course of history. And so it is a full restoration of his word as it was always intended for humanity, because we are in the 11th hour. And it's been kind of humorous, but I've been on the phone here recently with different people trying to find someone to be able to print it. It's over 3,000 something odd pages long, over 1 million words. Print it and keep it into one book as commanded by the throne of God. And we will be selling that directly off of salvationrevolution.com. We will not be able to do a print on demand like the other scrolls that I was commanded to write. But imagine calling someone and saying, yes, my name is Coco, and I work directly on behalf of the throne of God. I am a general sent from the throne of heaven, and I've transcribed the Eternal Record Bible, and it's X amount of pages long, and I need it. This is how we need it, drawn up. And are you capable, or can you handle something like that? I'm sure that might be the craziest thing they've ever heard. But nevertheless, most people I've talked to have had a pretty positive attitude about it. One guy even told me today on the phone, you know what, I think that might be the coolest thing I've ever heard. And it definitely is. So we are still working on that. I will keep you posted. It is not available yet. It will be soon. Yes, it is completed, but we are at that stumbling block, and I have been commanded to do it a certain way, explicit directions. Please go out there and shine your light to man. It's not necessarily about what you say. It's about the fact that people can see the light of God shining through you. God bless you, and I love all of you. Go out there and tell someone about who Jesus is, that he died on the cross, that he was born of a virgin, and that he rose the third